You all cannot convince me Riley from Inside Out is straight. Girl has my hawk inside her head. Oh my god, man. People need to go outside and feel the sun. You're getting queer-baited by Disney of all people. That's like losing a game of chess to a chinchilla.
Before you beat me up in the comments, I'm not mad at this guy for maybe borrowing a joke. I'm just a little upset that he doesn't very much talk about what makes a tweet uniquely terrible. It's true that it attributes sexuality to a little fictional girl. Worse, it could lead to even more perversion. Imagine if I told you Kik Batowski's first wet dream was about Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain, posted that on Twitter, bought it to 100,000 likes, and received no backlash. How awful would that be? How did we even get to that point? Why is Xitter.com filled with these people now?
There's people robbing banks. Why are you going after my ice?
In December of 2019, Minecraft released their Buzzy Bees update, and some Twitter users declared it an icon of transgenderism. You will see why this is important in a moment. Listen, you cannot have culture without counterculture. Where would we be if J.D. Stallinger didn't get kicked out of 12 different private schools? You know those owned SJW compilations from 8 years ago? Those are counterculture. Counterculture that Tumblr uses, sure, but still counterculture. That was fine. All was fine in the marketplace of ideas. Those ideas festered and eventually became the dominant culture on the internet, by which I mean the dominant culture on the surface level internet where you can tolerably express certain ideas. And then counterculture arrived. You know those post ironic memes? That's the same idea, humor in defiance of a norm. 13-year-olds that grew unchecked beliefs, checked their beliefs, and thought, wait a minute, I'm 16 now. I'm old enough to drive. What am I doing being an incel bigot? And they were right. So they curbed their old beliefs and defied them, and the cycle started anew, except now with liberalism, with equal magnitude in the opposite direction. Progressive ideas. It's very easy to defend that code of ethics because you're preaching what is widely considered in the West to be the most optimal manner to conduct society. So when these ideas festered, they didn't stop. 3 years after SJW Pwnage had peaked, the superficial internet browsers declared their love for progressivism by calling the Minecraft bee transgender. The most important aspect of tolerance and progressivism is shilling a made-up collectivization of nonconformists perceived to be victims of their society. At least that's what I gathered. So companies saw this and pandered, and people ate it up. So they kept pandering and it kept working, and that's how you lose chess to a dog. It's also how you become indoctrinated into believing that this garbage benefits anybody. But why?
You stopped traffic because you were fucking hungry?
Yeah.
Usually, for posts like these, I don't think it matters much. A Xitter user's brave defiance of statutory laws is just as important to social discourse as my latest post on Stormfront. These platforms host very few significant figures and very many insignificant figures. Of these insignificants, even fewer make themselves known, and most are just flame fanners and populists whose beliefs align with their interests, or with enough convincing the interests of people who promise to make their struggles equally known. You know how when BLM protests in America got huge and leftists made the save the rainforests metaphor? Leftists have the worst advocates, by the way. Remember that XKCD comic about showing you the door, sandwiched between two comics about how much he loves COVID boosters and Fauci? The reason the forest metaphor was so stupid was because it implied that leftists valued all lives when it clearly wasn't the case. If you spend 5 seconds in online political discourse, you'll realize that the fundamental problem with most political issues being discussed is that nobody considers what it's like to be the person confronted with their own systems of beliefs. It's all on paper, and anything can look good on paper. It's so rare to see anybody who actually values other human lives. In my opinion, that's why people think it's okay to desecrate other people's lives and squander their own. The reason the gzeed about Riley from Inside Out Sexuality matters isn't because of what little power it has, but because it represents how far the pendulum is swinging. The tip backwards, with the help of people so high off the smell of their own farts that it doesn't occur to them that they're fantasizing about the sexuality of little children, will be so much more detrimental because everybody looks insane, and the only way to normalcy is to the exact opposite side of the spectrum, in equal magnitude.
You have the right to remain silent.
What the Sigma?
Shut the fuck up.
Take anything away from this video and I wouldn't really care. If arguing online has taught me anything though, it's that you and I probably share 99% of our fundamental beliefs like DNA. If you ask me what will help discourse on the internet, I'd say something like value all human life though. You don't have to forgive anybody, and it's okay to hate or distrust someone for no particular reason, but see value. Don't put yourself in a place where you don't see the problem with exceeding horrible things, and receive my virtue signal. That's probably more important. As of making this video, I have 2 more than my current sub count. I need you to spread my channel.
Alaikum salam. Échale salsa. Dale picante.